Ford stock is on the move as the company is holding its capital markets event today. The automaker is updating investors on financial targets after nearly 2 full quarters with its new Ford Plus strategy. Yahoo Finance senior autos reporter Pras Subramanian is with us. Pras, great to have you. You talked to the Ford CEO Jim Farley ahead of the event. What did he have to say?
That's right, Brad. We talked about the sort of where Ford is at this point with its splitting up of its 3 lines of business: Ford Model E, Ford Blue for traditional cars, and of course Ford Pro for the fleet and commercial operators. Talking about what their new metrics of profitability are, new sourcing for batteries. They've reiterated their 2 million EV run rate by 2026. So there's new information on that sort of thing. But I first started off talking to him about what investors should really focus on when it comes to this event today. Here's what Jim Farley had to say.
I think this is a chance for investors to go deep on our strategy. The main message is that Ford has been, and like a lot of OEMs, been stuck in a valuation box with a lot of capital, low margins, fighting for slivers of market share. And what this investor day is about is explaining how that's changed. Now we will not be as susceptible to economic downturns because we have attach rates for physical services and software we've never had before. And we can grow to nearly 6 million vehicles. We have never grown like this since the 20s. So it's a chance to grow and to not be as susceptible to downturns.
I know you said it's a new Ford in some sense.
Yes.
For the company as well. We're talking about something about an 8% EBIT margin for EVs by 2026. I think some in Wall Street applaud that, but also are kind of skeptical and concerned.
Yeah.
Can you hit that? What do you want to tell the skeptics out there?
Well, I think you should realize that everyone's product strategy is not a monolith. We have a very unique strategy compared to our competitors. We're going after larger vehicles where we know the customers really well. 3-row crossovers with a lot of room in the rear seat, a personal bullet train, a second generation Lightning, a truck that is completely different than anyone's ever seen before. Both are completely software updatable. Every part of that vehicle can be remotely changed with software. And so we don't see as much competition than maybe others will do with 2-row crossovers because we're playing to our strengths. These are customers we know really well, and we're going to design features like Pro Power on Board to power your house for 3 days, or Mega Frunks, or other software revenue streams that others probably won't have. We're going to have a lot less competition. Electrifying our Pro fleet, our commercial vehicles, is a very unique opportunity for Ford. And I think because of that, our returns will be more durable. I guess the main message is we had to design these second generation products completely differently than the first gen products. Like when you look underneath, you'll be shocked at how different the engineering is.
Yeah, I want to let's touch on that. The second gen EV products. Why are you so excited about them? What does that mean for Ford is it the answer for profitability?
It is, and for customers it's a big deal. First of all, we're taking back our electric architecture. With the 150 modules we have today, all the suppliers write different software for. Mm-hmm. They buy the silicon, we don't. So we're taking all that back into the company. And that means we can make it completely software updatable, and it's our software. That means we can change anything. We can design it just like we want, and we spec the silicon ourselves. The second thing is, it's just radically simpler engineering. When you look at how these vehicles, it's half the fasteners, no brackets, large mega castings, totally different, 40 or 50% less, labor content because of how the vehicle is designed for manufacturability. The battery turns out to be so expensive that it's required us to completely re-engineer the vehicle in a way we probably should have done years ago.
So you mentioned batteries. We're going to talk about reiterating that 2 million EV run rate by 2026, I believe, right?
Yes.
Acquiring those materials, I heard, is a challenge. So
yeah.
How has that been? And then sort of how does CATL play into that with the new factory here in the States?
Yeah, we've had to hire literally hundreds of new people. And it turns out we thought that the nickel and lithium mining was going to be the biggest constraint to get the secured offtake agreements on the raw materials for that 2 million vehicles. And we were wrong. The most important constraint is really the processing of those raw materials, where it's done and who does it. So yes, we now have pretty much all the raw materials locked up. It turns out that the processing is the most important thing for us. And this is, now we're also starting to diversify the chemistry of our batteries. In the past, we only had, lithium oriented batteries. Now LFP has come on. We think it's a really great alternative chemistry. It's much cheaper, 30 or 40% cheaper for customers. It actually can be fast charged twice as many cycles, so it's really good for commercial customers. And that's why in the LFP phase chemistry, we're going to build the batteries ourselves. So it's our factory. We're building the factory. It'll be our workers in a plant. We're not going to import the batteries like Tesla's been doing. We're going to build them in the United States, and we're going to learn how to build them with CATL's technology.
So you mentioned Tesla real quick. They're sort of been in the news a lot with the driving of price downward pressure. Ford has responded in some fashion here and there.
Yes.
Is that kind of a problem that you see extending throughout sort of the EV run here in the States?
Yes. Yeah. It's happened around the world. I mean, everyone wants to grow. We have the opportunity to grow for the first time to 6 million units. We've never done that, really. At least half the EV sales we think are going to be new customers to us. I'm sure all the other companies are writing down similar numbers. So it comes down to how unique is your product strategy, and we are going to see pricing pressure. And if you have not put that in your business plan and you haven't designed second cycle products with discounting included in your run rate to get to an 8% margin in our case, then it's not going to work out. That's why we put so much pressure, even on our first gen products, the Mustang Mach-E that faces off with the Model Y. We've reduced the price of the bill of material by $5,000. Normally, we look for hundreds of dollars.
In the first gen model?
Yes. So that was so painful for us, $5,000. And we have to go deeper to face off with Model Y and Tesla and their discounting, that we knew we had to totally redesign the vehicle.
So Jim Farley, they're really hot on the second generation EVs. That's where they're going to see some of those pricing and profit advantages there in 2025 and beyond. Plus, also talking about derivative vehicles like the gas-powered versions of the Ford F-150, the Raptor, the Bronco Raptor. You have right behind me the Ford Ranger Raptor. These are like special edition, high-output off-road cars that are actually not only easier to make, but also can have higher profit margin for them as well.
Pras, okay, this whole time I've been asking about the Bronco that you're standing in front of here. Can you just step to the side for a second? I just want to get a good view of the Bronco. All right, so there we go. Okay, there's the car salesman Pras. As we're taking a look at this, I mean, is this one already out on the market? Is this coming out?
So this is called the DR Bronco. This is actually a race version that they're making, like from the factory. They're going to sell only 50 of these to people to actually go race. But it's based on the Bronco Raptor, which you can actually buy, which is like a wider, more intense Bronco that you can take anywhere. And that car is really cool. Special shocks, high output engine. I mean, it looks the business, right? It really does make you want to go out there and hit the sand dunes.
Yeah, no, that car is enough to make you car curious. Pras, thanks so much for bringing us that interview. Awesome work out there. We appreciate it. Yahoo Finance's own Pras Subramanian on all things Ford and mobility this morning.